By now, Karen had a long track record. Trespassing, breaking safes, trying to annex lakes, releasing buffalo, and generally making my life interesting. But she still hadn't grasped one simple fact. I own the entire ranch. Every inch, every fence, every pasture, every tree. Apparently, she thought a few HOA rules could override deeds, surveys, and legal ownership. It started when I came back from a cattle inspection. The driveway was empty until I noticed flashing lights at the end of the road. Sure enough, Karen was waving her arms frantically, phone in hand, yelling about suspicious activity on the community perimeter. I drove up slowly, coffee in hand. "Karen, what's this about?" I asked calmly. She pointed at me, red-faced, yelling, "You're trespassing. You can't just wander through land you don't own." "I'm calling the cops." I blinked. "Trespassing? Ma'am, this is my land. Every acre. You know, the one your HOA doesn't own." Her jaw dropped. You can't." "The HOA?" I shook my head. "The HOA has zero authority over anything past your subdivision. And that, ma'am, includes all 12,000 acres of this ranch." Karen, not to be deterred, dialed 911 anyway. Minutes later, a pair of deputies arrived, one of them taking a particularly long glance at the property maps posted by the driveway. "Ma'am," one deputy said politely to Karen, "this entire area is privately owned. You're standing on someone else's property. Do you have permission?" Karen stammered. "Well, it's community property adjacent." The deputy raised an eyebrow. "That doesn't mean you can harass the owner." I stepped forward and handed over my ranch deed, county surveys, and recent property tax receipts. The deputies nodded, glanced at Karen, and gently said, "Ma'am, you need to leave. Immediately." Karen screamed, "You can't do this to the HO. I have bylaws." I interrupted. "Bylaws don't apply here. They never have. This isn't your land. Never was. And now you're trespassing." By the end of the day, Karen had been cited for trespassing and harassment. HOA board members were forced to attend a mandatory property law seminar. The deputy suggested she read up on private land rights before calling 911 again. I rebuilt the southern gate that evening, adding a new sign: "Private property. HOA rules not applicable. Trespassers will be prosecuted." And just to make the point extra clear, I added another sign next to it, laminated with a snapshot of Karen yelling at me from the driveway, captioned, "Do not call 911 on the landowner." From that day forward, whenever Karen drives by, she looks down, mutters something about survey errors, and keeps moving. I sit on the porch, sip my coffee, and shake my head. Some lessons are learned the hard way. You can try to boss around a ranch, but if you don't own it, you're just asking for trouble.